that's revenge.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Get strapped in, it's just about time to get the party started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 MC. Stop.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other until late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Burrow. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play fake, Mills. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
These are the situations that really test the defense as sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mills. And this one is incomplete.
Without the coverage with position, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On third down, here's Mills. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Blankenship's kick is good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
Second and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Here we go. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Burrow will throw. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. Give him 30 yards there.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And some room to maneuver. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 10 more there and another 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here we go. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dante Fowler, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Here we go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Burrow looking to pass. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long. Kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First carry now for David Montgomery. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first down throw for Mills. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On 2nd and very short, Mills. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Ryan Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield. but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And the tight end goes in motion left. Here's Mills. And this pass broken up. The contact long time there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the middle with Cook. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Vikings 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down. Here's Burrow. He'll fire it deep for Rager. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Here we go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
11 empty.
Up the middle, it's Cook. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Vikings at 7 and 9 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Setting up the screen, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go play action. Mills. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Montgomery on the counter. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and 12, Mills. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Mills on 3rd and 2. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Davis Mills taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to play. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute and go to the playmakers.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
2 yards on the pickup.
From midfield now, Burrow.
At the 50-yard line.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. 32 yards. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing, Mills. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Mills. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Bears. Kyle Pitts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Back to Montgomery on second down. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Play action now. Mills. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On first and 10, Joe Burrow. That's into the hands of Fortson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy catch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
11 mighty.
On second down, Cook. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Here we go.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another first and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Cook again. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 43-yard line.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
12, 11 MT. Hey, we got to go score.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Mills on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on 2nd.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mills. That's into the hands of Eckler. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's got to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Eckler. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 8 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running on first down, Eckler. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game. and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, Montgomery. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mills. He'll get this to Eckler. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. A 1st down throw for Mills. And this is caught. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 36 yards. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Vikings 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 4.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
A 4-yard gain.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Burrow on 1st down. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Burrow. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. He's got them out to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on the 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now it's Peterson. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Gun.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit down and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 41. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Runs over it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A give, Eckler running to the right. And he'll get it inside the 35. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On third down, here's Eckler. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
Mills to throw it.
Oh, he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return is Peterson. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half...
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. First down. Here's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's cooked.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Chicago,
it was too little, too late as they finish off the regular season with a mark of 7-10.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Vikings,
it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.
I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the blank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my boy ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching her, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt the break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name up who got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone. It's looking out for the cost 10K to let it come see it. Hands at me, I make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it.